Et bonjour à toutes et à tous, on se retrouve aujourd'hui sur NBA 2K19 pour la suite de notre carrière avec notre Ailier Fort chez aux Thunders d'OKC. Et la dernière fois qu'on s'était quitté, c'était après la victoire contre les Rockets 84-46. Entre temps, j'ai fait le match contre les Mavericks de Dallas qu'on a gagné 80-64, dans lequel j'ai marqué 25 points pris, 6 rebonds, fait 2 passes, une interception, perdu 2 ballons et fait 6 fautes, ce qui m'a valu d'être exclu. Ensuite, on a joué contre les Kings de Sacramento, on a gagné 71-60. J'avais marqué 30 points, pris 2 rebonds, fait 2 passes, une interception et 2 fautes. Contre les Brooklyn Nets, on avait gagné 78-51. J'avais marqué 44 points, pris 6 rebonds, fait 2 interceptions, 3 contre, un ballon perdu et 4 fautes. Et à nouveau contre les Sacramento, enfin les Kings de Sacramento, j'avais mis 28 points, pris 3 rebonds, une passe, 2 interceptions, 8 contre. Je me suis défoncé. Une balle de perdu, 2 fautes, et on avait gagné 64-57. Donc aujourd'hui, on va commencer par un match contre les Lakers de Los Angeles, et ensuite on fera le match contre les Hawks d'Atlanta. Au niveau de mon personnage, donc il me reste 14 637. J'ai nettement moins de VC qu'avant parce que j'ai recommencé une carrière avec un autre joueur et du coup j'ai dépensé les VC. Puisque là pour l'instant de toute façon on peut plus augmenter les stats de notre joueur, il faut qu'on passe d'abord le palier suivant et pour l'instant on est à 71,5%, donc on a encore du temps. Ok, donc voilà, donc du coup c'est parti, on va se rendre pour le match contre les Lakers de Los Angeles et on va jouer en black.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. With Greg Anthony Dorisberg and Hall of Fame sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And tonight we're joined by a legend of the NBA. Five-time NBA champion, Kobe Bryant has stopped by. Kobe, great to have you with us.
No, thank you. Thank you for letting me stop in and join you for a bit.
Any chance you might pursue broadcasting in the years to come?
Nope.
Nor coaching?
Nope. Don't have the patience for either.
All right, and we've got time for a quick pre...
Well, guys, we know...
Yeah, he's special, D.A., absolutely. Thanks. And Kobe, you've made no apologies throughout your career about being a scorer, but how do you strike that balance between getting buckets and keeping your teammates involved?
Well, it's a thin line, especially for scorers. You know, because when you're locked into that mentality, it's very easy. It's almost like a racehorse. When you're racing with blinders on, you don't see anything else. You have one focus, right? And so it becomes a matter of trying to understand when to attack throughout the game. For the first 3 quarters, maybe I'll lay back, or maybe even it's just the first quarter, and then close out the first half strong. So you go into halftime with some momentum. But then at the end of the game, you know, that's when you put the blinders back on and you really race for that finish line. And so everything in between just becomes a matter of setting up the pieces so that then you can close the game out the right way. So that's how I thought about it.
And I can sense by the way you described this that you had to know your teammates' game as well as your own game.
Well, yeah, you got to know how they're feeling going into the game.
Yeah.
Right? You this Power the Soul habit tonight. You know, how's LO feeling tonight? Right? You got to be able to measure those things. And, you know, if you feel like the team's going to get off to somewhat of a sluggish start, that's when you kick it into high gear immediately. Right? And so it's a bit of a guessing game, but it's more so being able to spend the time with your teammates and talk to them. And that'll help you gauge a little bit better.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've got Paul George, who is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Little in a power forward position. Well, Kobe, you're known as one of the greatest Lakers of all time. I know you feel there are a lot of guys in that first line of the sentence, right?
No doubt. Yeah. No doubt. Guys that I've watched growing up. I mean, listen, I go all the way back to the days of Pollard and Mike and I've watched them all. let alone the Baylors, you know, the Chamberlains, the Jabars, the Worthies. I mean, it's just
what names?
I mean, what franchise has those?
No one.
Right? I mean, if you look up in the rafters and you see all the jerseys that are hanging up there, they're not some of the all-time Laker greats. They're some of the all-time greats. Period. Right? And so to be a part of that franchise is just mind-blowing.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long. I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
Harris up top. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. And Kobe, you think about playing the game, you don't miss the physical side of it, but I know the mental side was so big for you, especially as your career went on.
Well, yeah, well, every season was a new puzzle, right? So it's, you know, as a leader of the team, it's not so much about yourself. You know, you have to put that to the side and think about how to put together the puzzle for your teammates. How do you put them in a situation where they're reaching their max potential?
Yes.
Right? That's what gets the championship done. So every season is exciting because the puzzle is new. Right? The emotions, the goals that your teammates have are all new. And so you have to figure out how can you put them in the best possible position to be successful and in turn help us win a championship.
It's a great explanation.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That is his first foul of the game. Morris checked in for Oklahoma City.
À avoir James Harden dans notre équipe. C'est le transfert que j'essaie toujours de faire.
LeBron against George.
Pour l'instant, ça me fonctionne pas.
James left side. 5 on the clock. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. The last encounter was in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, a dominant win for them their last time in this matchup. And what jumps off the stat page was their advantage on the boards.
I think the goal always is to control the glass if you can. It ends up giving you extra possessions that typically lead to extra points.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Wagner, he's checked in for Zubac. Ingram comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Hart, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Lonzo Ball. And then for Oklahoma City, Adams, he's checked in for Cousins. Jeremy Grant comes in for George. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Kobe, a lot of teams now play a more spread out offensive style. You played with a spread 4 and Robert Horry, R. Odom. You also played with more of a twin tower feel on your roster. Which way would you lean when you think about those different styles?
It doesn't matter to me.
You like them all?
Yeah, it just depends on the personnel that you have.
Right.
And with the personnel that you have, you make the most out of it.
That puzzle you keep talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every puzzle is built different.
Right.
Right. And you just try to do what you can with what you have. So it doesn't matter.
And you like that figuring out process.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even though you're the same, you've got to kind of adapt now what's on your roster.
Yeah, you have to be able to adapt to the players that you have around you, you know, and understanding what they need. It's not what you need, it's what they need. And as long as the leader of the team can make that shift, they'll be fine with whatever they have on their roster.
Great description.
That's a vicious assault on the rim by LeBron. Incredibly accomplished dunker who's still got plenty of bounce in his step.
AI outside. One-on-one fast break. There's 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. VanVleet looking around. James can't hit from in close.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
Adams outside. Back to AI. Fires the three. Traps in the tray. AI's got 10 points in the game.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Well, they haven't had to force anything.
Ouais, c'est bon, c'est raté. Fin du premier carton, 17-8.
And And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in control of the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points come.
On a réussi à le contrer.
The leadership of Russell Westbrook is so important to the team, and Stephen A.
He's doing just an unbelievable job. It just.
Platoon swap here
Et
for
on
the
fait notre
Lakers.
retour sur le parquet à 2:40 de la fin du deuxième carton. Notre équipe mène 31
Lakers trailed by 15. You know, I'm sitting here listening to you talk, Kobe, about the game. You should have an academy for some of these players, really.
Yeah, I mean, I do it individually.
Yeah,
I don't do it collectively with guys, but individually I do. Like, I've had guys just come out to where I live out in Orange County, and I'll tell them, I said, listen, you guys can come out anytime. If I'm in town, I'm always available at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we can go 5 o'clock in the morning to 7. So I do that quite a bit with guys individually.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Paul George is out there with AI. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's
le contre!
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, AI in their last time out against the Kings played superbly. He ended with 28 points and was a force on defense, knocking away shots every second he was on the floor. Talk about taking over a game. He was fantastic. Nobody stopped him once he got going. And I'm sure he'll be looking to do the same thing here tonight. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that high, it takes a while to cool down.
I think that's the kind of game that carries over, and he'll have every chance to do it because I've got to believe he's their #1 option.
Well, Kobe, I know you can't stay any longer, but I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of our fans watching and playing the game tonight. Always a pleasure to have you drop by our broadcast.
No, thank you for having me, man. And anytime.
Here he is, the legendary Kobe Bryant. And with Kobe stopping by the booth doors, I'm always amazed at the type of things Kobe will notice about both NBA and the players competing that the casual fans rarely think about.
Well, you think back to Kobe's career and how much his preparation and studying of the league and his opponents contributed to his success. And obviously, with what we just heard, this guy still holds so much knowledge of the game.
And here's Corey Harris for 3.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 19-point game.
LeBron was anticipating that catch and shoot. Nicely done.
32 seconds left to play in the first half. In the corner, it's AI. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And that's 15 points for AI.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
16 seconds left here in the second. 6 to shoot. Inside. And Paul slams it in.
It's incredible to me, Kevin, how remarkably in tune LeBron is with the movement of his teammates. The guy is a scorer, he's a creator, he's a force to be reckoned with.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out.
À côté, je suis à 15 points, 2 passes décisives, 3 sur 5 au 3 points. Premier en NBA en 3 points. Ah ouais. Par contre, 0 rebond.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Really an incredible game from AI.
It's been about his ability to just lock down the opponent from a defensive standpoint. A lot of shots also being blocked.
Well, he has been in the grill of his man all night. He's used his reach to turn away those shots. You have to love the defensive effort.
LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. All out there with Harris, and it's Zubac in at the center. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. And it's Westbrook missing. Commissioner Adam Silver recently said there's nothing magical about 82 games. Doris, what do you read read into that?
I read nothing more than the leadership that Adam Silver is about, and seems to me that the NBA is one of the most proactive professional sports leagues in the world. And by that I mean, Kevin, they will evaluate every aspect of their business. If they believe it's advantageous to make change, then they will go to their competition committee, they will go to their ownership committees, and they will make whatever change they believe is for the ultimate good of the game. And that's exactly what you look for.
Personally, 82 games in your opinion, what do you think?
You know what, Kevin, it can be a little bit of a grind, but there is money at stake, and obviously that's a difficult thing for owners to come up and over. The players would have to want to give some money back. So listen, 82 games is long, but what happens, I don't know.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook passes to Little. Passes it to Luau. From deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. Harris passes to Kuzma. Rejected by Little. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. And his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you. And the Thunder making a switch here. The hours checked in. Timeout called the Lakers.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
In a moment here now, to see the numbers for LeBron James. He's been dominant over the last month, 9th in scoring, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And you noted it, his points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to.
A guy who tells it like it is. Harris isn't afraid to say what's on his mind, especially around his friends.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
What I love about Russell Westbrook is his single-minded pursuit of a championship. But boy, you better bring your game if you're a member of the media. He wants good questions in an orderly fashion.
And Russell Westbrook with plenty of accolades to his name, but all interview team? Dora is unlikely to be mentioned there.
Kev, I wouldn't call him loquacious in the postgame. He lets his play do the talking, certainly. And Kevin, that speaks volumes in and of itself.
That one good for 2. Incredible use of the floater there. How do you guard Harris, especially when he's hitting shots like that?
Grant with the ball. Picked up by Harris. J.L.A. kicks to AI. Let's go with the 3. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
They've got to start working for better shots. Just 1 for 4 in the second half so far.
James finds Harris. And the
joli
by Cousins.
Super
You just can't get those kinds of shots past Cousins. When he's in the area, he's really good at getting a hand on the ball.
Some changes for the Lakers. Wagner, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's Ingram in for Harris. Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Russell Westbrook. To the inside, and stolen by LeBron. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. Second, the Thunder.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
No good on the free throw.
The former Blue Devil, Brandon Ingram, was taken second overall back in 2016, was deemed as untouchable by his front office as they rebuilt the roster. He's a big part of what the Lakers want to do over the next few years.
Josh Hart, he's checked in for the Lakers. Kicks it to James. Van Vliet passes to Hart, and he converts the layup. Hart's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, nice feed. Leading him into some space. A nice catch on the run, too. Wow.
There's a minute 34 left in the third. James against Schroeder. Here's Little. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. AI's got 22.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
Here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Ingram. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Grant kicks to AI. Oklahoma City gets it back. Schroeder dishes to AI. Just 5 to shoot. To the middle. Here's Adams. The second chance effort. He lays it in. And the Thunder lead by 21.
This is Steven Adams at his absolute best. This guy is a high percentage shooter because he understands how to use his frame.
Van Vliet passes to Ingram. Good on the triple.
Well, he works to find the open space behind the arc, and it pays off with the three. Nice.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And stolen by James. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's foul number 2 for him. Both teams will make substitutions. Banga. He's guarded by Schroeder. It's Ingram on the wing.
C'est bon, c'est raté. Fin du troisième carton, donc 51-33 pour notre équipe.
From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this.
Le contre que j'ai fait sur Cuisine.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And to me, Jay, you love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Thunder leading by 18. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Taking a look at the Thunder. AI is out there with Adams. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Moore in at the 2-guard spot. A lot of offenses, Doris, initiate that high pick-and-roll offense, which is so fun to watch. Which ball handlers do you want running that play for you if you were on the sideline?
Come on now, there are some master manipulators in the pick and roll. Let's begin with the great James Harden. We'll begin with his teammate Chris Paul. Steph Curry. You give Steph Curry options to read in a pick and roll, he's going to make the right choice. There are a lot of guys who can manipulate the defense in a pick and roll, but those 3 are at the top of my list.
And AI throws it down.
He's carried this team to this lead on his back, handling almost all the scoring duties.
LA's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Timeout called the Lakers. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And that one's good. AI.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And Los Angeles guys shooting the ball at 42%. Harris Harris looking it over to the middle. Here's Kuzma. The basket good off the assist from Corey Harris.
Just really unselfish there. Harris is someone who knows when one of his guys is wide open.
Here's Little. A rebound by the Lakers. And stolen by AI. To the middle. Cousins. Kuzma pulls it in. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Right on the bucket. 6 points for Brandon Ingram.
And not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can also contribute inside. The way he releases his shot makes it very difficult to block.
Westbrook kicks to AI. Shot clock at 6. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Zubac. Ingram passes the ball. Harris outside. Oh, good on the triple.
Boy, he's so used to having a hand in his face that I think it caught him off guard to be that wide open.
AI can't hit. Lakers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Ingram. Off target at the rim.
And barely anyone in the area, and still he whiffs on the bunny.
And it's in there.
I tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
No doubt. I mean, he's doing his best to guide his team to victory. Superb job shooting the ball in this final period.
Harris drives in. Here's Kuzma. And the Lakers with another miss. Oklahoma City's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Westbrook kicks to AI. 1:39 left in the game. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by AI. And 12 points for Russell Westbrook.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
And there's the contact on the jam. He gets the whistle, but not the bucket, so 2 shots coming up for him.
I love how Ingram toys with the opposition, drawing contact very easily on these kinds of attempts.
Doris, last year the NBA signed a deal to broadcast G League games on the internet. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later.
Ah, on y est presque en pro de l'essai. 1491, c'est énorme, je ramasse sur ce match. Quatre passes, 3 contre. Une ou 2 interceptions, je crois. 3 rebonds. Enfin, c'est pas des grosses stats. Hein. Après, l'essentiel, c'est qu'on gagne les matchs. J'ai eu le bonus Gatorade, le bonus Footlogger. Je sais plus ce qu'il faut que je réalise comme stat d'ailleurs pour recevoir ces bonus. Mais c'est pas grave.
Does anyone else think that there was some goaltending happening in the second half that they didn't call? Because, I don't know, I'm just saying, like, it's debatable.
AI, you're in high demand, my friend.
What's up, Charlie?
Shaq and Kenny want to chat?
All right, Charlie.
Good luck.
Let's do it.
Ok, à nouveau une petite interview.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Shaquille O'Neal to my right, Kenny the Jet Smith on my left, right here in the middle, I'm Ernie Johnson. And a chance now to head down to the locker room for our post-game interview.
Hey, this is Shaq. Hurrah! You've been beasting these last few games, and it's fun to watch. Anything you feel you've done differently to make this impact?
Qu'est-ce que vous faites différemment en ce moment?
Oh man, you know, Shaq, sometimes adrenaline takes over and I just decide it's time to go out there and put on a show. You know, I'm a man of the people, and the people won't win, so that's what I'm gonna give them.
You're not a man, you're an animal.
And that's a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaq, for the Jet, for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We will see you again soon.
Ok.
Thanks, man. See ya.
Ok, donc le prochain match contre les Phoenix, je vais le faire de mon côté et on se retrouve tout de suite, enfin dans un instant, pour le match contre les Hawks d'Atlanta, comme j'ai prévu. On est à 73,3%, donc on a encore de la marge avant de pouvoir progresser. Donc je vais faire le match contre les Suns de Phoenix et on se retrouve juste après, donc pour vous dans quelques secondes, pour le match contre les Hawks d'Atlanta. À tout de suite. Et on est de retour après la coupure et le match des Suns de Phoenix que j'ai réalisé de mon côté, où j'ai marqué 41 points, pris 2 rebonds, fait 2 passes, 3 interceptions, 2 contre, une balle de perdu et 4 fautes. On a gagné 67-56, donc on a enchaîné sur notre 10e victoire d'affilée. Ensuite, comme je suis passé à plus de 2 millions de fans, j'ai pu renégocier un contrat avec Gatorade. Du coup, dans mes contrats, alors avec Footlooker, je reçois 4000 visites par événement. Faut que j'atteigne 5 millions de fans pour négocier un nouveau contrat. Et en bonus, j'ai 40 VC si je fais 3 comptes, 40 VC si je fais si je marque 20 points, 25 VC si je fais 3 fois 3 points, et 25 VC si je prends du rebond. Concernant Jordan, c'est 3020 VC par événement. Faut que j'atteigne les 2,5 millions de fans pour négocier un nouveau contrat, donc c'est le prochain que je négocierai. Et je reçois 100 VC si je fais un match à 25 points et 12 rebonds. Et Gatorade, du coup, j'ai 1800 par événement. Il faut que j'atteigne maintenant 7500 fans. Donc on a le temps. Je recevrai alors 100 VC si je fais homme du match, enfin joueur du match. 100 VC si je fais 15 points et 12 passes. 75 VC pour 3 contre et 3 interceptions. Et 50 VC pour un double-double. J'aurais pu prendre d'autres trucs encore, mais de toute façon les 3 quarts, je les réaliserai pas. Sinon, après le match contre les Suns de Phoenix, on est monté à 74,7% pour atteindre le palier suivant. Donc on va toujours pas recevoir de nouveaux points dans nos stats pour améliorer. Du coup, on a 17 687 ici pour l'instant qui nous servent strictement à rien. On va partir donc pour le match contre les Hawks d'Atlanta et on va jouer en bleu. Ah, c'était Timothée Luwawu Cabarro que j'arrive jamais à retenir. Faut que je retienne Timothée pour faire plus simple. Allez, c'est parti pour ce match contre les Hawks d'Atlanta. On est sur notre parquet au Chesapeake Energy Arena. Et notre deux qui est remporté par les joueurs des Hawks.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup.
J'ai baissé le volume du jeu parce que je me suis rendu compte que dans la première partie, quand j'ai enregistré, j'avais le volume du jeu qui était à 100% et du coup on n'entend pas souvent. Allez, le premier rebond. Et le premier shoot à 3 points qui rentre. Alors faut que j'en marque 3 pour avoir 20 points d'ici. Maintenant que je le sais, je vais les compter. Même si c'est que 20 points d'ici. Après, je vais les tenter. Faut voir aussi si on gagne ou pas, quoi. Parce que l'important c'est déjà de gagner les matchs. J'étais à 2 points et je l'ai raté en plus. Oh, bien joué les gars. De toute façon, faut que je prenne des rebonds et tout. Faut que je fasse 3 interceptions, des contre. Il y a beaucoup de choses à faire. Notamment des passes décisives. Voilà. Si je veux rien ramasser tous les défis de tous les contrats, faut que je fasse des gros matchs. Hein.
Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Kicks it out to Prince. From outside, off the mark. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And AI gets it to go.
Allez, pour l'instant, notre équipe mène 7-0. Très bon début de match de notre équipe des Sunners contre l'équipe des Hawks. Ah, j'étais pas dans l'interception.
Terrific assist, a nice finish, solid play all around.
And that ends the frustration. They've been ice cold to start this one.
Yeah, their first bucket of the night. You can hear the collective sigh of relief.
Ah, dommage.
And that's a surprise. He's usually deadly from mid-range.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions.
Right now they need a basket.
Defensively, you cause
Mauvais timing dans tous les cas, que ce soit pour le rebond, que ce soit pour l'effet de contrée. Yes, l'écran de soutien qui a fonctionné aussi.
Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware. The Hawks trail by 5. Smitty, you played here in Atlanta for so many years. What are some of your favorite spots or things to do in Atlanta?
Un peu trop loin pour le compte. Le rebond de Paul George. La faute, yes, N1.
The fans here, the city of Atlanta, I just love it so much we've made it home.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw of the night.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Cousins. Jeremy Grant comes in for George. Each Moore, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Oklahoma City leading by 7.
Une passe d'ess peut-être.
And it goes down 2 points. Moore's got his first 2 points of the night.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside.
Ouais, jolie l'interception.
Kicks to AI. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Hawks trail by 9. Outside, Lynn. Curry against Moore. Outside for Batum.
Ah, j'ai failli le contrer et il a fait la passe. Ça le part. Oui, l'interception. Ah, il s'est mal déplacé, Schroeder, pour que je fasse une passe de fusil. Du coup, j'ai dû y aller moi au panier.
Curry against Moore. Spellman.
Ah, yes, c'est un rebond. Allez, Moore. Voilà. On va pouvoir activer le takeover.
Well, the two go hand in hand.
Allez, 35 secondes à jouer dans ce premier carton. Notre équipe mène 17-4. On est en train de les écraser.
Yes, Moore hasn't always been a big shooter from deep. That part of his game has grown in the last few seasons. But as he's taken more threes, his overall shooting percentage has risen. That's something you just don't see.
Now here's Lynn. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Inside, Spellman.
J'ai pas réussi à le contrer.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Here's Little.
Oh, quel shoot de merde. Et ils me disent un bon tir. Ah bon. Je trouve que j'ai shooté comme une merde.
They have played physical, they have owned the paint, and they have built up a decent lead here in the first.
Allez, quelques secondes encore. Allez, c'est bon, c'est raté. Fin du premier carton, 19-6 pour notre équipe de petit contre Ailier.
Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He described.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
J'en suis où dans mes stats, moi? J'ai 1 sur 2 à 3 points. Donc faut que j'en mette encore 2. J'ai une interception. Faut que je fasse encore 2 interceptions et 3 contre. Faut que je marque au moins encore 11 points. Il faut que je fasse encore au moins 12 passes décisives et que je prenne au moins 7 rebonds. Non. 9 rebonds et 9 rebonds et 9 passes d'axe, il faut que je fasse encore. Okay. C'est encore très très loin. T'as déjà essayé de mettre 3 fois 3 points. Déjà celui-là il est raté, donc ça fait 1 sur 3.
And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
I mean, really good with their post presence, and it's really allowed them to establish a physical tone here in the first.
Well, you know, in this era, everybody likes the three-point shot. I like their commitment to pounding the ball inside.
Diallo out there with Dennis Schroeder. And then there's Steven Adams. Then there's Grant. And it's Little in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Bien joué.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Suns was superb. He had 41 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of three-pointers. The stat line was filled, and the whole league is talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore.
Bien ça. Ils sont chauds les coéquipiers. Ouais, on a 20 points d'avance. On va pouvoir tenter des choses hein, avec 20 points d'avance.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us tonight. Maybe he tops himself again. I think he just might do it.
I see you, young fella. Nice answer there.
Trading bombs from beyond the arc is getting personal.
Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Rough start to this game. Hits 1 bucket in the first and nothing here in the second.
Je suis en train de faire de la merde.
Good aggressive finish right there.
And usually he leaves those to his teammates.
Well, he saw an opportunity to slam it down and he seized it.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. Michigan High School
Ouais,
basketball.
coach il a vu que je faisais de la merde, il m'a sorti. Du coup, à la mi-temps, notre équipe mène 42-25. Les coéquipiers font le taf pour enchaîner une nouvelle victoire. J'arrête de faire de la merde parce qu'il faut que je fasse homme du match si je peux avoir le son d'ici. Allez, il faut se concentrer. Faut que j'évite de penser aux stats, et aux objectifs de contrat. Ah, la perte de balle de Russell. Ah, dommage que Russell il fait faute. J'étais revenu, j'avais ôté le ballon. C'était sa 4e faute quand même déjà.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
Westbrook kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Here's Little.
Ah, j'y arrive plus à 3 points. Faut que j'arrête.
The Hawks trail by 15. To the paint. Collins in the post.
Ouais, règle des 3 secondes. J'ai raté mes comptes, mais c'est pas grave. Au moins je lui ai fait perdre la balle en restant dans la zone.
Offline with his three.
Just hasn't had it tonight, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
Young against Westbrook. Young finds Bazemore, takes a three, good on the triple. Bazemore's got
Ah, ils sont en train de revenir, hein. Plus que 12 points.
Lefty stroke of Kent Bazemore. He can hurt you from out there.
Cousins, joli. Tire à mi-distance.
Bazemore has incredibly long arms that he bothers shooters with. Comes up with a good amount of steals as well.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. The Hawks working the ball around. 5 on the clock. Young with the ball. AI picks him up.
Ouais, c'est bon, ils ont raté. On a bien défendu. Ouais, Timothy. Allez, on repasse à plus 17.
It's Prince on the wing, defended by George. Back to Bazemore. Lets the three fly. It's rebounded.
Ah, il m'a enlevé le rebond, George.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
Now, here's AI. He's tightly guarded. Cousins, the pass to Little.
Allez, je suis bien placé. Voilà, 2 sur 3. Enfin, 2 sur les 3 que je dois mettre. Ça nous fait plus, hein.
Right plays, right time, and good finishing.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
And the Thunder with some changes. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Cousins. Etuan Moore comes in for George. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Lopez, he's checked in for Len. Batum comes in for John Collins. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore.
Ah, ils sont bloqués, hein. Ils essayent de jouer au pas, d'essayer de trouver l'ouverture, mais ils sont bloqués. Bien joué, Steven.
Here's Oklahoma City. They've got an 8-0 run, and Moore kicks to AI. Beyond the arc.
Ah, non.
Curry pulls it down.
Well, this whole period for him, it's been challenging. You can tell he's starting to press.
Over in the corner, Batum. Over AI. And Batum
dommage.
gets it to go on the assist by Prince.
Je l'ai pas assez gêné pour qu'il marque. 5 pour qu'il rate.
Oklahoma City leading by 18. AI outside. Lets it go with a three. Sinks the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost
Ça y est, ça c'est fait.
from the triple.
Les 3 fois 3 points, c'est bon.
Are from beyond the arc.
Some tough offensive sets.
On aura 25 minutes.
Right now, you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lynn, that's a two-pointer. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his
Allez,
sixth
c'est bon.
rebound on the night.
32-53.
Physically, there's no
Bam.
Is it any surprise that he's been hitting everything out there? You want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Lynn finds Lopez. Over in the corner, Batum. Three-pointer
trop loin.
on the way. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Ah mais c'est Batum, je l'avais même pas reconnu au début.
AI outside, back to Schroeder. 34 seconds left.
Oui, le rebond. Yes, un rebond offensif. C'est très rare ce dernier temps.
Offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
That's how they've got to this point in the game. Lots of activity, fantastic focus.
Adams against Lopez. Prince wide open. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Prince has got his second basket.
Plus 20.
Prince has gotten better at creating his own shot, but the catch and shoot game is still his specialty.
Allez, Adam.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
And so it's
trop tard. On récupérera pas ce vite pour que je tente. Bon, fin du troisième quart-temps, 59-40 pour notre équipe.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
C'est bien, il déclare la passe du match après 3 quarts-temps. Donc si maintenant il y a une passe phénoménale dans le 4e quart-temps, c'est pas la passe du match. C'est complètement débile. On pourrait élire la passe du match à la fin du match, complètement. Franchement.
They've got Grant. Steven Adams is out there with AI. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's J.L.A. in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
Allez hop, l'interception. Et la passe décisive pour Diallo.
Oh, terrific pick. Then kicks it right ahead, turning defense into offense.
And on the other side, that's an annoying miscue. Total lack of focus.
To Collins. Steve, more and more we hear about players
et le rebond de Steven Adams. C'est une bonne défense encore. Bien joué ça. Oui. C'est bien Grant. Jérémy, bien joué. T'as le M1. Ah, le coach qui m'a sorti. Juste à prendre les lancers francs. Il l'a raté. Eh ben je rentre à 3,30 de la fin, 40 à 68. Marcus Cousins est sur la ligne de lancer franc. Et il le met. Et l'avance qui est montée du coup à 29 points.
Make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. AI left side to the inside.
Allez, la passe.
17 points here for Cousins.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Lopez.
Ah, pas loin. Et j'ai pas le rebond. Allez, take over. La faute. Je suis allé la chercher celle-là.
We've had a full season now, Steve, of the jersey-sponsored insignias and patches.
Ah, c'est beaucoup trop tôt mon shoot, mais ça rentre. C'est bon. Je lâche un peu trop tôt quand même, mais ils sont rentrés, c'est l'essentiel.
On their warm-up jerseys, you know, obviously their warm-up jackets and pants. I just don't like seeing it.
Ah, il l'a raté, mais il a pris le rebond.
But I don't think I'm gonna win this
Ah,
with
excusez
Kevin.
moi
I
qui
think
me
they
prend
are
le rebond.
here to stay. I think they might even add more sponsors on jerseys.
Yeah, the look
Ah,
they
il aurait
like
pu
is the
shooter,
look
J.L.A.
of money. Money, that's a good look.
That's the look
they get from those sponsorships, right? Off the left rim and out.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
Ouais, bien joué les gars. Jeremy Grant qui arrache la balle. Allez, 42-73, il reste 1 minute 50.
Bryant gets a wide open look. That one doesn't
Ouais, le
go.
rebond pour Patterson, qui a fait son entrée. Ah, j'ai perdu la balle. Je m'étais arrêté pour faire une passe en retrait et... Je sais pas, j'ai perdu la balle bêtement. Allez hop, on venge avec un 3 points. Allez, première faute du match. Ah, c'est dommage, j'aurais dû faire gaffe. Mais bon, j'ai essayé de faire une interception. Ouais, bien joué, entre deux. Bien joué, J.L.A.
That's why we're having guys average a triple-double or having more double-doubles. But he also gives those guys credit. The game and those players,
par contre, il a perdu l'entre deux.
they're just better right now and they're more equipped to be versatile.
Oui, interception.
But I do think we still got to keep the emphasis on winning.
Yes, Schroeder qui conclut.
Versus in losses or double.
Dommage que j'ai pas les 3 contre.
I think that should be a category
Ah, c'est pas
of its
grave.
own.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big time dominance, and this will go in the record books.
Ouais, l'important c'est qu'il reste moins d'une minute et notre équipe est en train de gagner. Ah bah tiens, un rebond facile aussi. Ah non, une perte de balle.
A game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for AI.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys
Ouais, Denis. Bien joué. Wouh.
And just staying aggressive, continuing to extend that lead.
They left nothing to chance. This is how you close out.
Et Wawu qui est revenu à la place de J.L.A. pour les 26 dernières secondes.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Bryant kicks to Dudley. Spellman, a great
Ah non,
punch.
pourquoi j'ai pas accéléré? J'avais fait encore en plus exprès de me laisser bien comme ça tout seul pour accélérer et essayer de le contrer. Et je vais pas au bout de mon idée. Allez hop. Non, au moins il y a deux dans ce match. Et c'est terminé sur ce match, pour ce match avec une victoire 83-46. On les a tellement écrasés. Nos coéquipiers ont joué comme il fallait. Parce que même moi quand j'ai merdé dans le match, les coéquipiers ont fait le taf.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. See you later.
Ouais, il avait fait un contre. Le dunk à la fin du match. Et c'est parfait. Nouvelle victoire, la 18e d'affilée dans ce championnat, dans cette deuxième saison. On est toujours invaincu. Hein. Je sais pas si on va perdre un match à un moment donné ou pas, vu comment on joue. Vu comment les coéquipiers ont élevé leur niveau. On va voir le palier à combien il se situe en pourcentage. 76,2. Alors on va alors encore des matchs avant de pouvoir prétendre un nouveau palier. En tout cas on a 19 183 ici. 36 points, 6 rebonds, 6 passes. Sur mon interview. Ça me saoule ça. Ça saoule parce que c'est toujours la même chose au bout d'un moment. Allez, Jack.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And we welcome you back. I'm Ernie Johnson. We got Shaq here. We got Kenny here. With this one in the books, we've got a special post-game guest joining us.
Hey, Shaq here. As a team, you controlled the pace tonight, seized the advantage, never really let them back in it. What was your collective mindset while trying to protect that lead?
Quel était votre état d'esprit collectif lorsque vous essayez de conserver votre avantage? J'étais surtout inquiet de trouver le marché, ne pas se relâcher.
Well, we wanted to make sure we kept the work rate really high, you know. We didn't allow ourselves to feel comfortable. Closing out games in the NBA, man, it's never easy.
C'est toujours la même
chose. As soon as you
chose.
take your foot off the pedal, that lead disappears. So, credit to our guys for staying focused and not letting that happen.
Faut vraiment qu'ils fassent évoluer ça dans le prochain NBA parce que sinon, autant les enlever. Ça sert à rien. Ça sert à rien si au bout d'un moment c'est toujours la même chose.
Thanks, man.
Et s'ils veulent pas modifier ou en rajouter, qu'ils en mettent beaucoup moins pendant la saison. Parce que quasiment chaque match on a ça, ça prend un peu la tête. Ok, donc du coup, victoire contre les Hawks, je venais de le dire. Donc on a mis 26 points, 6 rebonds, 6 passes, 3 interceptions, une balle de perdu et une faute. On n'a pas fait de contre, dommage. Donc du coup le prochain match, alors c'est quoi? J'ai le match contre les Trail Blazers de Portland, contre les Pistons de Détroit, contre les Hornets, contre les Charlotte Hornets. Ok, donc ça c'est les 3 matchs que je ferai de mon côté, et la prochaine fois on se retrouvera pour le match contre les Chicago Bulls et contre les Boston Celtics. Peut-être que d'ici là j'aurai passé un nouveau palier et que je pourrai avoir des améliorations dans les stats. En tout cas pour l'instant on est tranquillement en tête, que ce soit le joueur tout comme l'équipe, puisqu'on a 18 victoires, aucune défaite, premier en division, premier en conférence, premier dans les valeurs. Donc voilà, donc du coup moi je vais m'arrêter là pour cette vidéo et je vous dis à bientôt pour la suite, et donc on se retrouvera pour le match contre les Chicago Bulls et les Boston Celtics. Sur ce, à la prochaine, salut à tous.